that you're pre-approved, we're ready to start your home search. The process involves defining your criteria based on your wants and needs, and then my previewing and compiling a tour of homes that meet your criteria. We'll continue to do this process as your criteria evolves until we find the perfect home for you.
And once you've found the perfect home, now it's time to write an offer. We'll research the home's value to determine realistic price and terms and to negotiate on your behalf to help you get the best deal. Be prepared at this time to put down a deposit of at least 1 to 2% of the purchase price of the home, otherwise known as earnest money. Earnest money is your good faith gesture to the seller that you're serious and intend to close the deal.
Congratulations, your offer's been accepted. But this is only the beginning. We've reached the next step in our process, and it's time to introduce you to the next key member of our team, the escrow officer.
Hi, my name is Jen McGinnis with C&E Settlement, and I think the home ownership advantages are, well, number one, it's a tax deduction. Number two, you're gaining equity in the property. And number three, you're not running and, as they would say, throwing your money out the window. Before I go any further, I want to bust one of the biggest myths out there in escrow, and that is that signing is closing. Signing is not closing. Signing is done prior to closing. Closing is technically when funds are available to the seller, which is not done until we get recorded with the county. As an escrow officer, my sole job is to provide free and clear title to the buyer. In doing that, I am making sure that all the terms of the purchase and sale agreement have been met, that all liens, judgments, property taxes, etc. are paid off on the property, and prepare the final closing documents that will be signed and then recorded by the county on the day of closing. Basically, we have to make sure that all conditions and all terms of the purchase and sale agreement have been met. Therefore, all contingencies have been removed. You can have an inspection contingency, appraisal, title review, the sale of the buyer's current home. All of these have to be removed, and all terms of the purchase and sale agreement have to be met before we can actually close.
During the escrow process, you'll have the opportunity to have your property inspected to ensure the quality of the home. We recommend using an experienced certified pest inspector. The reason for this is that certified pest inspectors have the most education and experience and certification of all inspectors in the business. Get a recommendation from your realtor or somebody that you trust. During the inspection, the inspector will instruct you on items that need to be fixed or repaired, as well as recommended maintenance. Once the inspection is over, we will take items that need to be fixed and negotiate with the seller to have those items taken care of prior to closing. Once we've taken care of the inspection, the next person involved in our process is the title officer.
Hi, I'm Stacy Altmar with the Talent Group, and the benefits to owning your own home would be the investment, the tax break, and the security. And before we go any further, I want to bust the biggest myth there is about title insurance, and that would be that you don't have to buy a new lender policy when you refinance your property. In fact, every time you refinance your property, you do need to buy a new lender policy because there's a new lender and a new loan that you need to secure. As a title representative, I help realtors with several items. I would go meet with Dean and Martha to go over exactly what title insurance covers, our different policies, to also make sure that they're comfortable going through preliminary title reports with their buyers. We can also help them search. We've got a database where we can go out and search areas if there are no listings available, so they can send a letter out saying, hey, we've got a buyer that's very interested in moving into your neighborhood, would you be willing to sell? We also help them with comparable market analysis reports and neighborhood reports. Title insurance is basically a bundle of rights that you hold as a buyer to a piece of property that goes back of the whole history of a parcel of property. It's a little bit different from health and car insurance, because in health and car insurance you're paying to protect yourselves from things that might happen in the future, and with title insurance you're actually paying for protection against things that might have happened in the past. Title insurance is very important for a buyer. It protects you against things that might have happened in the past with that property. Situation that comes up quite often is a forgery situation where somebody would be selling a parcel of property and they actually were not the real owners. You come in as a buyer and buy that parcel of property, live there, then the real owner might come out of the woodwork and say, hey, I never gave permission to sell this piece of property. That's when the title insurance company then steps in with our attorneys and settles the situation.
Once you've bought a home, there are still things to be done. I have to order an appraisal, order the title report, and make sure there's homeowners insurance on your new home. The appraisal is there to make sure there's value in the property from a lender's point of view. From a title's point of view, both you and the lender want to know that there are no encroachments on the property, that there are no liens against the property, that it's going to be a good property for you to have. And then homeowners insurance ensures that if there's a fire or any kind of damage, that the property is secure and still going to be a good performing asset for you and for the lender.
A final closing statement is the statement that you will see when you come in to sign your final closing documents, which is created from the lender's instructions on what fees are to be collected, the escrow fee, title fee, any prorations, and fees associated with closing the transaction to show your loan amounts and what the total down payment will be. What you can expect to pay in final closing costs are the fees from your lender, from the title company, from the escrow company, any prorations on property taxes, homeowners dues, and prepaid interest that's going towards your loan. So it will be based on the value of the property.
Okay, so you've just completed the purchase and sale transaction. You're going to close in 30 days. As an old guy, please, don't go out and buy a new car. Don't go to Vegas yet. Save your money until the loan closes. We don't want any problems till the very end. Now, Dean and Martha, they've got some good news for you.
Congratulations! The home is now yours.
Martha and I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
We hope you found it to be a helpful learning experience.
And if you have any questions or comments about this video or real estate in general, please feel free to visit us at www.northwestneighborhoods.com or call us at the number below.
My top 5 tips for buying a home are, number 5, return all documents that your title insurance company and your escrow company send to you promptly. Number 4, go over your preliminary title report with your realtor and make sure you understand it completely. Number 3, make sure you understand your settlement statement right before closing, and if you do not, talk with your agents until you're comfortable. Number 2, educate yourself as much as you can about the market to make sure you're as comfortable as you can be with your offer that you're writing. And number 1, at closing time, be flexible. Your title insurance company, your escrow company, your loan officer, and your realtors are all doing their best job to get your deal closed.
And my top 5 tips when buying a home are, number 5, try to schedule at least a 30-day closing. Number 4, never schedule your closing the very last day of the month. Number 3, have your money ready. Number 2, be flexible. And most importantly, number 1, please don't go on vacation prior to closing.
The top 5 tips in getting a mortgage. Number 5, make sure you don't use the yellow pages. Get a personal recommendation of someone you can trust. Number 4, like the person personally. Make sure that they're a trusted advisor for you. Number 3, ask questions. Don't be afraid. That's what you're paying us for. Number 2, get pre-approved before you go out. And the top tip is don't pay too much. Make sure that you can live your life and have fun and enjoy your new home.
Thanks again.
And happy house hunting!